In this video, I'm going to tell you if college is worth it for entrepreneurs. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you my exact situation and what I plan to do after I finish my last week of high school as a recording of this video. Hi, my name's Trevor, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you if college is worth it for entrepreneurs. And I'm going to base this on what I learned from other entrepreneurs that have gone to college while building a business, or they just completely did not go to college and just focused on working on their business for a solid few years to build their business up. So is it worth the investment to go to college? Do you need a degree? And where should you go to school? In today's video, we're gonna find out. Let's go. So first of all, before anything starts, I'm currently 18, and as of recording of this video, I'm about to finish high school. And I'm gonna be making this exact decision, and I'm gonna be looking back basically on this video. If everything goes wrong, well, I'm gonna rewatch this video a couple times and say, why did I make the wrong decision? But in today's video, this shouldn't be taken as advice on which way you should go, but this should give you a brief understanding if college is worth it for entrepreneurs. And remember, this is for entrepreneurs. For normal people that are non-entrepreneurs, my path for them is still go to college. It is probably worth it for them if they're not entrepreneurs. So let's jump right into this. So on the list, we're going to talk about how college is not a necessity for entrepreneurship. Now, being an entrepreneur, you don't need a college degree. What this means is a lot of people think you need to go to college for entrepreneurship to become an entrepreneur. It doesn't work like that. It's simply, if you are in the right mindset and you are taking action on the things that are entrepreneur, then you're automatically entrepreneur. It's like common sense. You don't need to go to college to become an entrepreneur. In the classes of entrepreneurship, what they're going to teach is what you already know prior to the class. So if you're an entrepreneur, taking a class for entrepreneurship is completely useless, completely waste of time. And what it's going to do is going to teach you what you already know, the thought process, starting a business, working on yourself, paying yourself, doing all of that. It's going to be taught in the entrepreneur class in college. And if you're already an entrepreneur and you understand all that, taking that path is not a good option. You're just going to waste time that you could be spending working on your businesses, working on yourself, self-improvement, and growing as a person. And that leads me to the second point I will talk about is that entrepreneurs can learn any type of job, any sort of job or what they want to do through self-education. Now, what school teaches you all the way from elementary school to high school is they don't tell you this up front. They're teaching you how to learn, right? The teachers are teaching you something, and what they require you is you're going to take a test and see if you learned the material, right? In some subjects you like, in some subjects you don't like. That's like common sense. You probably like math, for example, and you hate history class. But anyways, what you learned in school is how to learn. Once you have this key skill mastered, learning how to learn, you can essentially learn anything you want. Let's say you want to start a SaaS, which is an online software as a service. Well, although you have absolutely no clue about this, what you learned in school is you learned how to learn. You can start researching. If you know how to research, if you know how to search the internet, if you know how to learn, basically, you can learn essentially anything you want. You don't need a formal education to learn something, is what I wanted to talk about. As long as you have the skill of learning how to learn, you can learn essentially anything. And this can save you a lot of time, especially if you're in college, where you want to become an engineer, you're gonna have to take English class or Spanish class. There's a lot of different classes now that are required for college graduates. And obviously these have nothing to do with what you're gonna be. You're gonna become an engineer. Why do you need to know English or Spanish or history? Maybe it has to do with some little bit of it, but in a general gist, all those subjects don't have to do anything with what career and what you want to do with your life. And with self-education, this is a huge strong play of self-education. You get to learn what you want to learn, and you're motivated by what you like to do, right? Most people that go into college are unhappy and don't actually like what they want to become. Just because I know a few, like actually quite a bit of my family's relatives, they become a doctor or a pharmacist or a lawyer just because of the high pay. Now, obviously, it's important to have a high-paying job, but when the rate of unhappiness and unfulfillment is so high for that job, what purpose are you truly bringing to your life? Sure, you can make $200,000 a year being a doctor, but if you don't enjoy doing what you do, I would say it's not worth doing that high-paying job, right? I love starting businesses. I love working on myself, self-improvement, starting new business ventures. I've been through multiple business ventures, failed on a ton of them, succeeded in a couple of them. This is just what I love. And even though I don't probably make as much as the doctor that does $250,000 a year, I'm completely fine because I can live just fine, live below my means, spend less than what other people like doctors spend, even though they have a bigger budget than I have. So I spend way less than they do. So now we're going to talk about the third step the third point I want to cover is going into debt versus starting a business. Now, a lot of people now actually in my classes are going to trade school. Now, I don't completely know what trade school is. I don't pay attention too much about what the teacher says, to be honest. But I know college is 4 years and it's still a popular option. Maybe trade school is 2 years, but if you know what trade school is, obviously I had no clue what trade school is. Leave them out in the comments below. But college, for this example, we're going to be comparing college 4 years, traditional 4 years versus working on yourself, your businesses for 4 years. Now, one of them, college, you need to go in debt, or you have rich parents that can pay for your college. Either way, you're going to need to pay money up front to go to college. And the average price of this, most graduates come out negative $50,000 in debt after 4 years. And some other people have done the calculation. It takes 10 plus years at the student loan interest rate to pay back all the loans and break even. Now, all those years, imagine you use that time to work on yourself, improvement, learn new skills, monetize those skills, start new businesses. There's plenty of time. That's a lot of time to start a business and figure out what works for you and what doesn't. Now, even I would say 1 year is plenty of time to completely change yourself. Because in 2020, when the pandemic hit around March, all the way till this year, March, a lot has changed. I've learned so much things in my life in just that 1 year time span that I didn't learn through my past 15 plus years in school, right? I don't think it's actually 15 years, but a lot of years in school. I've learned the essential skills to make money because after college, the next step in life is to make money, start a house, have family, just enjoy life, and work, and so you can retire. That's the whole purpose of life. You can live frugally for 4 years working on your businesses. It doesn't mean you will succeed, but 4 years is plenty of time to figure out what works, what doesn't. Get a mentor. I know a mentor is going to be very helpful for people that don't know what direction to go down. There's tons of online businesses to choose from, and sometimes you're overwhelmed. And as an entrepreneur, even myself, we're overwhelmed sometimes and don't know what to pursue and where to go next. And this is why a mentor is important. Although I don't personally have a mentor, I know a lot of other people that a mentor really helped them figure out where to go next in life and taking the next step in becoming a entrepreneur and running their own business. And the fourth point we're going to talk about is the reason why I don't like this path of going to college while working on my business, right? Some might say this is going to be by far the best option, but in my opinion, in quotes, in my opinion, don't dislike, this is obviously my opinion. When you're going to college, going to your classes and working on your business on your side, obviously you can definitely make room and time for that, but the goal is different, right? One of the goals is, to go to your job, get a 9-to-5 job, work, and then eventually have family, own a house, cars, everything like that. And then the other one is starting your own business. There's two different paths. In one path, you're taking this solid path, going to school and working a 9-to-5 job half the day. Let's say half the day you're going through these classes, and then the other half of the day you're working on your business. You're doing both of these. Instead, you can focus on the one goal and use all your energy, all your thought process, and focus down on this lane. Obviously, it's good to have multiple lanes, but when you only have one lane in this becoming an entrepreneur, you lack the hunger. You don't have the comfort when you sit in college in class knowing you're gonna have a comfortable life working a 9-to-5 job. You have that encouragement. You have that hunger to succeed. You're eager to succeed. Being an entrepreneur is very hard, and especially when you don't go to college and you have a backup, you can go full force in. You're eager to succeed, and the success rate is going to be a lot higher when you're dependent on this one thing, right? And obviously, like I said, it's important to have. Sometimes it's good to have backup plans, but being an entrepreneur is all about taking risks. Without taking risks, you don't know what's gonna happen. And in life, even though if you fail your businesses, now is the best time to fail, and not when you're a lot older. And when you get a 9-to-5 job, you want to start a business, but you're too lazy because your 9-to-5 is just killing you, right? So number 5, before you dislike the video, obviously this is not for everybody. I wish this was for everybody, but it just really isn't. This video is very, very, very biased, and it's come from a person that is heavily invested in becoming an entrepreneur and not going the college route. And I'm trying to convince you to do the same thing. Obviously, what works for me doesn't always work for you, and you should take everything that I said not as actual advice, but as a third, fourth, or fifth opinion on which path you should take. And don't base your entire decision on this video. I don't want you to fail because of this video. Just know the pros and cons of going to college versus starting a business, going down an entrepreneur route, and then decide for yourself which one is best for you. That was pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, if you're an entrepreneur in the same path, don't know if you should go to college or go down the entrepreneur route or take down both of them, then leave them down in the comments below. I would love to connect with you and talk more. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and more of a rant, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.